Imagine a place where the sun has never shone, not once in 4 billion years. A world that covers 70% of our planet's living space, yet we know more about the surface of Mars than we do about this eternal void. This is the bathypelagic zone, a vast, crushing, silent kingdom that begins 1 kilometer beneath your feet. Down here, pressure isn't a force, it's a deity, capable of flattening a nuclear submarine like a tin can. This is a place where biology isn't defined by survival. It is defined by the absolute absence of life as we know it. Evolution here has taken a turn so radical, so bizarre, that it challenges our very understanding of what living means. We are descending into a world populated by creatures with transparent skulls, predators with teeth that are literally too big to close their mouths, and a legendary behemoth that possesses eyes the size of a human toddler's head. We are leaving the human world behind, passing the final, desperate glimmer of blue light into the true abyss. These are the residents of the Midnight Zone, the creatures that quite simply, according to every rule of nature, shouldn't exist. Are you ready to witness what breathes in the crushing dark? Zone 1, the Twilight Nightmare. 1,000 meters to 2,000 meters, our descent begins as the pressure gauges climb and the temperature drops to a near freezing degrees Celsius. At 1,000 meters, you are entering the Midnight Zone proper, a permanent graveyard for sunlight. The first monster we encounter is a classic nightmare, popularized by Finding Nemo, but the reality is infinitely more disturbing. The black seedville and anglerfish is the absolute master of patience and biological trickery in the dark. It does not hunt, it dangles a pulsing, bioluminescent lure, a bacteria-filled bulb just inches from its terrifying, needle-filled maw. In a world with no food, the anglerfish waits for months, knowing that a curious creature will be drawn to its light. But its appearance is only the second most terrifying thing about it. Its mating ritual is a concept that would challenge any horror movie writer for its pure, symbiotic dread. The male anglerfish is tiny, born without a functioning digestive system, existing only to find a female. When he does, he bites into her, releases an enzyme that dissolves his own face, and fuses his body to hers, sharing their blood. He becomes a permanent parasite, losing his eyes, his organs, until they are a single, monstrous, hybrid entity. As we move deeper, we find a creature that looks like a tragic glitch in a science fiction universe. The Barreleye fish possesses a completely transparent, fluid-filled dome instead of a forehead. Those 2 nostrils you see in front, those are for smell. Its actual eyes are too vibrant, glowing green telescopic orbs encased inside its transparent skull, constantly swiveling upward. It is an incredible biological thief, designed specifically to steal food from the stinging tentacles of massive siphonophores. It uses its telescopic vision to track the silhouettes of other animals' meals in the perpetual blackness above. Imagine navigating the world by looking through your own head. This is the logic of the abyss. Zone 2, the Midnight Slaughter. 2,000 meters to 4,000 meters. We are now 2 kilometers down, and the pressure here is 200 times greater than on the surface. In this zone, every breath is a miracle and every meal is a tactical operation. This brings us to a predator that looks like a collection of daggers floating in a transparent, gelatinous bag. The fangtooth fish possesses the largest teeth in the entire ocean, relative to its actual body size. In a staggering evolutionary compromise, its lower teeth are so long they have special sockets in its brain just to allow it to close its mouth. It is a blind, relentless patrol car of the deep, attacking anything that emits a single vibration in the silent water. But the most disturbing hunter down here is essentially a floating, infinite stomach attached to a tiny, whip-like body. This is the Gulper eel, or pelican eel, and its biological design defies any standard definition of a fish. Its unhingeable, elastic jaws can stretch wide enough to swallow organisms larger than its entire body in a single, terrifying gulp. At the end of its impossibly long, thin tail sits a single, pulsing pink bioluminescent organ used as a hypnotic fishing lure. It can swim through the void, mesmerizing its prey, then suddenly expand its jaw and consume it without effort. Its stomach then stretches like a massive balloon, allowing it to digest its kill slowly over months of starvation. It is a living trap, waiting for a single moment of opportunity in the endless night. Evolution here has prioritized one thing over everything else: the ability to consume. There is no room for beauty, only efficiency. Zone 3. The abyssal monsters. For 1,000 meters to 6,000 meters, the descent continues into the abyssal zone, a landscape of freezing mud and geological silence. The pressure is now 400 times greater than on the surface for tons per square inch. The rules of size are broken here, leading to a phenomenon known as abyssal gigantism. This is where the true nightmares of the invertebrate world hold dominion. The colossal squid is a beast that makes the legendary giant squid look like a common garden variety snack. Growing up to 14 meters long and weighing 500 kilograms, it is the definition of a deep-sea kraken. Its tentacles are not just suction cups, they are armed with sharp, swiveling hooks designed to shred flesh. We know they exist primarily from the terrifying circular scars and hook marks found on the faces of sperm whales. Its eyes are the size of soccer balls, the largest of any animal in history, specifically tuned to detect the faint, bioluminescent wake of approaching predators. But even the smallest things are killers here. The Venus flytrap anemone looks like a beautiful, delicate flower blooming on the mud floor of the abyss. But as soon as a small crustacean makes contact with its lethal fringes, it slams shut with the speed of a steel trap. It can wait for years, motionless in the dark, for a single, desperate chance to eat. This brings us to the ultimate cleanup crew of the abyss, the scavengers who wait for death to arrive from above. Giant isopods are essentially prehistoric woodlice that have grown to the size of a small domestic dog. They crawl along the seabed, waiting for marine snow, the terrifying constant rain of decaying flesh from the world above. They can survive for 5 years without eating a single meal, slowing their metabolism to a near-complete standstill. But when a whale carcass hits the bottom, they swarm in their thousands, stripping the 50-ton body clean in days. It is a silent, efficient biological recycling system that operates in the most extreme environment on Earth. Zone 4. The Hadal 6,000 meters and deeper. We are now descending past 6 kilometers into the Hadal zone, the deepest trenches of the ocean. This is named after Hades, the Greek god of the underworld, and the title is appropriate. At 10,000 meters, the pressure is equivalent to having an elephant stand on your thumb. This is a place where biology simply should not function, where proteins should collapse and bones should liquefy. Yet, even in the deepest trench on Earth, human cameras have found a ghost. The snailfish is the deepest living fish ever recorded, thriving at 8,000 meters. It has no scales and a body that is made of a strange, jelly-like substance that is more fluid than solid. Its proteins have specially evolved to keep functioning under impossible weight, and its bones are made of cartilage, not rigid calcium. It exists as a pale, silent ghost in a place where we thought life was impossible. This is the ultimate testament to life's refusal to be extinguished by physics. But even the snailfish is not the deepest resident of the Hadal zone. Scientists have discovered single-celled organisms, or xenophyophores, thriving in the deepest mud. These massive amoebas, some 10 centimeters across, construct delicate shells and form vast colonies in the abyss. They are the true masters of the underworld, surviving in conditions that would destroy any other life form in a fraction of a second. This is a world of silent extremes, where evolution has pushed biology to its absolute breaking point. Every time we send a drone down, we find something new, something weirder, and something even more biologically impossible: the conclusion, the bloop, and the unseen. The Midnight Zone reminds us that we are not the masters of this planet. We are just residents of the dry parts. Down there, in the crushing dark, life has found a way to turn every single limitation into a lethal advantage. We have only explored less than 5% of what is actually down there. We've mapped the surface of the moon more accurately than we have mapped the ocean floor. And the scariest part isn't what we have seen. It's what we haven't. In 1997, the NOAA picked up an underwater sound so powerful it was heard across thousands of miles. They called it the Bloop. For years, people speculated it was a massive, unknown creature, larger than any whale. Though later attributed to an icequake, the sound still haunts the imagination. Because in a world of eternal night, with no sunlight and impossible pressure, there is room for monsters we cannot even conceive of. Somewhere in that darkness, right now, a predator is pulsing its light, waiting for the next curious thing to swim by. It is a world of eternal night, where you either adapt to the nightmare or you become part of the food chain. The Midnight Zone is the ultimate proof that nature has a much darker, much more dangerous imagination than we could ever dream of. We are only scratching the surface of a gallery of monsters that have existed for millions of years. They are down there, silent, efficient, and waiting. And the abyss will always be there, holding its secrets in the dark.